Shein is luxury now? Wait, I kind of watch this.
Thing? Or is that Miss Kylie Jenner working with Shein?
Back to school Shein haul. Shein haul. $800. $900. $1,000 Shein order.
How does Shein, a Chinese company?
Well, if you have a... I just got chicken juice on my... Alright. Why is this chicken so juicy? Ranch is yummy. I love ranch. I'm eating ranch and chicken breast.
That never sold a single piece of clothing in China make over
Really?
$32 billion.
They don't sell clothes in China?
Guys, shopping on Shein
I thought they
can no longer
ship
be considered
worldwide.
Embarrassing because what are these prices? Like, call me cheap, call me whatever you want, but this is not the Shein I know.
This really isn't a flex.
Is this allowed? Kris Jenner, where are you?
2 years ago,
They must
made
have
a
paid her
video
bag.
of the scary rise of Shein, and wow, have things changed since. Not only are they selling premium clothing now, did a fashion show expanding to office
A
supplies,
Shein
getting more
fashion
popular
show?
on social media, but also still emailing me for collabs. I am so honored, but please stop contacting me every few weeks, and please stop referring to me as a Sheinsta. Before we get into the dive, this video is not to shame anybody who shops at Shein or
What is a
anywhere else. I do
Sheinista?
marketing deep dives every Thursday on this channel and on podcast networks. And wow, dare I say, when marketing is manipulated with shady intentions, it gets really scary.
You know what it never was? That serious. It was never that serious.
That's foul.
So if you enjoyed this dive, I kindly ask you to rate and share this episode.
Wait, it made 32 billion? Okay, I'm somebody who thrift shops. I find it surprising that so much people like buy stuff from Shein. Like, I get it. Nobody wants to go to the Goodwill bins and look through all these nasty clothes. But when I'm at the Goodwill bins, I see all the stuff. That shit goes to the landfill after nobody buys it. And there's always so much clothes left over. So, I don't know. Every time I'm in a store, I just imagine everything in a landfill. I'm like, if I saw this in a landfill, would I pick it up? Is how I shop. Because really, we're just contributing to the landfills, bro.
Sure.
Like, this is
As
crazy.
your marketing bestie, who graduated top 1% UCLA Business Economics with a background in marketing, we're going to explore the aggressive marketing behind how Shein makes $30 billion a year from teenage girls. Its long list of shady practices, their desperate rebrand to a luxury route.
Did you know you could get all these sparkles from Shein?
Because they know they will be
Okay.
replaced soon.
I
And
fucked that
despite
ranch
being
up.
$1 billion
Excuse my
brand,
language.
a company without ethics will be devalued as cheap as their clothes. From 100 billion to 66 to 45.
Don't worry, this
and
towel's
eventually cheat
It's
itself
from my laundry.
to death.
I've been using
Just like
towels
the
as
downfall.
napkins.
And by brand, I don't just mean
It was just on the floor because I dump all my laundry out and then fold it. I
your own.
haven't put my laundry away yet.
This is Shein's bra. This is my leggings. Note the pattern down the side. And this is Shein's leggings. Note the pattern down the side.
Branding is about how your future college, future boss, future boyfriend sees you. And I'm creating this series to analyze pop culture influences, including brands.
I like this
from
girl's
a marketing
voice.
perspective, because many of
It's,
whom
like,
do
so
not
calming.
recognize the power of influence they have.
Like, I
over
love
a
people with, like,
generation
narrator
of young
voices.
girls.
Like, I just don't have that. I just sound like if California Girl met Ligma or something. This is how my voice sounds. I have
Here's a
different accounts for
story of how
different
Shein
decides. I'm
is
pretty
doing
well prepared for a
everything it can
band.
to go
Suplex
protect
City
itself from
has...
its eventual death
So you have
of its
Suplex City
terrible
1,
brand,
2,
but
3,
cannot
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
because of a terrible brand. But guess what is a brand I've been obsessed with? Grooms. You guys,
Oh my
this is
god, her
second
hair
bag of
changed.
Grooms, and I'm so excited to partner up with
Oh,
them
she has a
because
jelly cat in the
Grooms are
back.
Convenient, clean,
Tell the carnival to put the stuff away.
First, how does Shein, a Chinese company that does not sell a single piece of clothing in China, make over $32 billion of your money? Well, what is Shein? Shein, a global online retailer, sells no longer
I don't know,
just
when did she
fast
start her
fashion, but
ads?
real-time fashion. Pumps out
3
up
minutes
to
in. You know, that's crazy.
10,000
That's when most people
new
stop watching my
items
videos. 3
daily.
minutes
Rebrand
in.
Zara releases 500 new designs every week. Most of their clothing, beauty, and lifestyle products are still priced between $5 and $25. That is 30 to 50% less than comparable prices at Zara or H&M. So how in the
Wow.
world do you make $32 billion a year selling $5 t-shirts when your net profit margin is only 5%, meaning you only
Maybe
make
they steal
50
people's
cents
datas?
per every $10 shirt you sell.
I have a piss kink.
SpongeBob. That is fucking disgusting. Me too.
While paying an army of influencers and affording everyone
Bro, I
from the
have
Real
a
Housewife
popcorn
Addison
kernel stuck
Rae
in my
to
gum.
Khloe Kardashian to Katy Perry. Before we dive deep into the manipulative marketing strategies of Shein, we need to first understand how do they afford all their expensive marketing, which points to 4 shady and
I'm
even
sorry, I
illegal
thought Addison
tactics
Rae looked
that
so cute
power
in that
their
shirt back in
marketing budget.
2020. I wanted
First,
that tank top
design. You
tank
already
top
know
so
this.
bad when I
How
was
many
like
humans are
16.
needed to come up with 10,000 original designs a day? Last time I checked,
I probably use
we
AI.
barely have 10,000 employees, and I don't think all of them are sitting in front of a screen.
I have
pumping
7,
out
0,
new
7, and 8.
styles
Wow.
all day. Imagine waking up one day to find that your design is being sold on Shein for $1 with your photo and logo removed.
I knew the day would come, but I am still astounded. They must have people scouring every corner of the internet for designs to steal, because my brand, The Vogue, is a tiny brand here in Australia.
And this just
That's
happens
sad.
so often.
I'm kind of
that
annoyed I got the
real
chicken
question
grease on
is,
my
which
sleeve.
of the
Hopefully it
designs
doesn't
on
stain.
Shein are actually original. My dear friend Cassie, or Blockalotti, creates one of my favorite athleisure brands,
Well,
Hot Flex, which
I do
wearing
see it.
right
Hopefully
now
it's
to
fine.
support. Amazing quality, super innovative, and so much work put into the product. Has her viral Purette skirt, worn by Taylor Swift even, stolen by Shein. And not just the design, but
Thank you,
Shein
Anthony,
even
for the
tried copying
roses.
the photo, styling,
I think I got
and
chicken grease on my
model.
leggings. I mean, chicken water.
As an entrepreneur, as a creator, I'm 24/7 on the go all the time.
Okay, he on the
Shopify
grind.
makes it very easy to be connected with
He's
my
the
store.
biscuit boss.
My name is Chef Jamoke Jackson, aka Mr. Foodtastic.
Great.
How
So
I'm
they
trying to
don't even
be
need to pay a single
my
cent
own
to
online
design
business.
this massive collection. But guess what else saves costs? Labor. Are there workers still working 75-hour shifts a week? Yes. Is Shein still paying $20 daily salary that will be docked by $14 if any garments had mistakes? Yes. Sure, living costs are much lower in certain regions in China, so the $20 salary might actually meet the local minimum wage law. But the cost saving continues. Guess where else they could find some marketing dollars from? The materials.
This is so sick and
The materials do always annoy
I
me.
noticed it came broken. Watch stains.
Ew!
Do I trust that there are certain products from Shein that you
The
can
metal
lift
gives you a
aloft
rash?
and pass down to your grandchildren? Maybe.
A lot of time Shein quality isn't really good, but these are items that I've literally had for over a year.
But because Shein exists to satisfy a demand for micro trends, may I argue nano trends now, that are changing every 30 minutes thanks to TikTok, they never intended their clothes to last after a few washes.
They ripped on me mid-set.
Honey, it was ruined when she bought it.
The cheap synthetic fabric and potentially toxic chemicals are meant to be thrown out. So best believe when Shein makes their brand about making fashion affordable for everyone, they're not thinking about your financial health by encouraging you to buy 10 tops for $7 but will be thrown out after 2 washes. And one of their sneakiest cost saver is tax loophole. Now, why does Shein, a Chinese company, never sell in China? And how did it surpass both Zara and H&M in revenue? First, what are the commonalities between Shein, Zara, H&M, other than the fact that they're known as fast fashion brands? That one of their biggest markets is the US. And why does that matter? Well, Shein found a tax loophole and is crushing its competitors.
Really?
The de minimis exemption's original purpose was to allow tourists who bought gifts abroad to avoid paying a fee when they return home, now capped at $800. But Shein is like, what a great opportunity. Since none of Shein is made in the US, they just need to individually ship out the packages to their customers and not pay the taxes. Because who is buying over $800 of Shein anyways?
And it was $5.
So there is no way for an original design local fashion label to compete with this mass producing company. Cutting costs
Nah,
of
that's
materials
crazy.
and by directly copying designs, on top of which has a huge tax loophole advantage, plus focuses a huge part of their digital marketing on micro-influencer strategy, where they don't even pay these influencers and send them a bunch of quote-unquote free products that aren't worth that much to begin with. Allow them to make a 10 to 20% commission, but pump out an aggressive amount of free Shein haul content, targeting young demographics.
I would do a Shein haul.
Price and trends
But maybe not, because they have chemicals.
And
If they didn't have
essentially
chemicals and
no cost
weren't produced by
influencer
child labor.
marketing. With all these saved costs, you now have a huge pile of cash for aggressive marketing. To tailor your search and display ads to young people by featuring ads of college students, use giveaways and challenges to incentivize more customers to post and tag them, aka more free UGC, free marketing, and paying high dollars to celebrities.
Why is she
and
dressed up as a
influencers
clown?
for endorsement.
Bro, I always thought Addison Rae was so bad back then. I wanted to be her so bad.
Sure.
She's still bad now, but like back in 2020,
buys you access to
I was always like, oh my god, she's a boss girl influencer.
Kardashian, the Shein 100K fashion challenge that supposedly.
So Temu grows their inventory by shopping at Shein. I have no clue how. Temu grows their inventory by stealing our data, I think. Oh, have a good night, Animal Crossing. Okay.
Issues within the industry, but money cannot buy you.
Thank you, Brent.
So far, the brand of Shein has been nothing but cheap, shady, and poor quality. There is an inherent shame around the brand, where unlike a positive brand that increases a product's
Nell
inherent
Lewis, thank you
value,
for the heart
example,
me.
a Chanel bag that costs $10,000 but only takes $300 to make. The reverse is true for Shein, where it could be a perfectly good quality, cute shirt, but saying that it was from Shein decreases the value as if it were found in a dumpster. And every celebrity or influencer
Yeah, why is that?
Shein uses to save their brand, hoping to rub off of their positive associations, only backfires by cheapening the brands of these influencers. And that's a major problem for Shein, because what is the business model of Shein? Making only 50 cents on every $10 shirt they sell. How many cheap shirts do they need to sell in order to maintain that $30 billion annual revenue? The minute the volume declines, they will go bust. And sure, you can keep creating micro trends and copying other trendy designs, but eventually the demand for Shein will slow down, because not only is there no brand loyalty, there's also a lot of shame around the brand. The only reason someone will buy Shein is for its price, and that's a way to outcompete a company to death. Because with zero brand loyalty, the second that a cheaper alternative appears like Temu, it's going to be a war of who can have the lowest price. The price elasticity is extremely high, and it will downward spiral into a perfectly competitive market where no one makes any money. If you take Shein and Zara as two case studies, Shein made $32.5 billion in revenue, while Zara did $26.5 billion in 2023. But if you look at net profit, Shein made $2 billion, impressive, but Zara did $5.9 billion. While both are huge numbers, Zara has a much more elevated brand where yes, they are relatively affordable, but they don't need to compete to the death in pricing. Whereas for Shein,
I always see Zara at the events too, but their sizes are small.
They can't just get free designs by copying. The minute that a competitor is able to beat them in price, which is already beginning with the Shein Temu war, their net profit margin is only getting thinner and thinner. Where yes, they can have a huge inflated revenue, but essentially makes no money. Their only hope now is to go public and take the investors' money.
Shein could be ready to start trading on the public markets as soon as 2024.
Shein stock?
Because this soulless volume pumping machine might be able to fight one Temu, but not 10 Temus.
10 Temus?
Because of a shady and
it's kind of bad when the brand diminishes the value of a product by just... I hate getting ads. I hate ads by saying it's from Shein though. No, but it's literally true though. Like, anytime I see something Shein, I'm like, ooh, I really don't want that. Because I feel like it's gonna have chemicals in it.
That's the aftermath of creating an empty, giant brand with no trust. Associated with stealing, scamming, and disregarding human rights, that Shein became a household name because it is embarrassing.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Hence, Shein is in a major branding crisis where they are trying everything and anything to rebrand into something more, quote-unquote, elevated by launching their premium collection, trying to save their PR by working with independent designers and luring luxury brands like Stuart Weitzman and Paul Smith to sell their products on the marketplace, which now only makes me perceive Stuart Weitzman as cheaper than it was, because the negative associations of the Shein brand synonymous with cheap is so much stronger than the diminishing positive branding of Stuart Weitzman. And just increasing the price won't do it, because people aren't there for the premium quality but for the dirt cheap prices. And
yeah, that's what doesn't make sense.
Designers won't cover the fact that they are still stealing designs and are still having unethical labor and material issues, and people are still disgusted by its track record brand of shadiness, which means any established brands, either fashion labels or pop culture influencers who don't align with its value, will run as far away from Shein as possible. Just take the telltale sign of Wish, which also sold these ridiculously priced items like a wedding dress for $1. The company was once valued at $14 billion, then sold at $173 million. Sound familiar? Because the Shein valuation was topping $100 billion, then slumped to 66 to 45. And with price competitors like Temu and more upcomers entering the market, eventually it will play this unethical price cutting game until it bleeds itself out. Just like the micro trends that it capitalizes on, Shein itself won't live too long without actual and repeated genuine actions to rebuild the brand of trust. Like the environmentally damaging sweatshop clothes that end up in the dumpster, that's the only possible ending for a soulless company without boundaries or brand. Again, this is not to shame anybody who shops at Shein or anywhere else, where I do understand that when Shein dies, there will be a Temu, a Shein, and so on. This episode is a little different, but
oh, that's crazy. I never knew they had all that.